Hello and welcome to the BBL Cup semi-final on Sheffield Sharks TV. I'm Chris Barker and today it's Sheffield Sharks versus the Newcastle Eagles for the third time this season. Unfortunately they've come up quite short on the last couple of games for the Sheffield Sharks, but let's see if they've got what it takes for today to get a victory and go to the Cup final. Coming up, we're going to speak to Andrew Bridges and see if he knows what they have to do to get to the final. So I'm here with Andrew Bridge. Now, the Sharks have come up short against the Eagles on the past two times. What can they do to make sure they get a victory today?
I think the first thing they need to do is they've got to come in and they've got to compete. The first game up in Newcastle, you know, they lost quite badly. Obviously, we all know last time here it was on Sharks TV. Again, they lost badly again. So they've got to compete. They've got to make the game close going into the last 3 or 4 minutes. But it's a two-legged game tonight, so irrespective of what happens, we're going to the 12th of December where the Sharks can still win. So ideally they like to win and win by a lot, but as long as they don't lose by a lot, they'll be happy, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Also, if they get through tonight, what do you think they have to do to actually win the whole tournament?
So if they get through, so in the semi-final tonight, it's the first leg, the second leg obviously in a few weeks. Then it's the final, and the final's a one-off game, and anybody can win those games. The Sharks have been pretty successful when they get to the final, so they'll just be looking at getting there at this point, and then they'll worry about the final as and when that happens in January. And
you obviously know the two teams very well. What do you think the mindset will be in the changing rooms right now?
Newcastle, they'll probably be pretty relaxed because they beat Sheffield a couple of times already this year. But knowing Fab, he'll be making sure everybody's focused. You know, when you beat a team a couple of times, you can relax a little too much. So Fab will be making sure everyone's focused on point, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Sheffield, I think Atiba will really be trying to G them up. Okay, he'll be focused on the fact they've lost them twice and really trying to get into the guys, make sure they come out and play hard like they did last week against Worcester, but they've got to carry that through the whole game.
Right. Great, thanks for talking to us. We now go to our commentators, Andrew and John. Take it away, guys.
So thank you, Chris. And the Sharks pull in the first rebound in the game. And here we are, Andrew. Two clubs you're very familiar with, the Sharks and the Eagles. Spent a long time at both clubs here in another semi-final facing each other. And an interesting first leg, two-leg performance going on.
Yeah, obviously it's a cup game tonight and semi-finals are played over 2 legs. I don't like the format, a lot of people around the league don't like it, but you know, it's just part of what it is. So I think the approach for both teams tonight is make sure you're in the game after tonight, going into the next second leg on the 12th of December. 2
early defensive stops there by both teams. BJ getting blocked. Olu turns around and jump, tips it in. And Olu Babalola, I think, has been the Sharks' first scorer in most of the home games this season.
Yeah, Sheffield had ran the same play all season apart from tonight where they changed it a bit, but the second time down they came to that play for Olu and he scored again. You know, something they clearly, I think, should stick with.
So the Sharks take an early lead in the game. And doesn't get a drop, but they pull the rebound in. Olu goes up, pulls up on the step back there with a quick little crossover dribble.
Yeah, starting games very well, Olu. I'd like to see him carry through the whole game, though, if possible. Not that he's not played well, but he just needs to be aggressive offensively. You know, the rest of his game takes care of itself.
BJ Holmes, what the assist from Big Lewis! And the Sharks get a great start in this game. Great hands by Olu Babalola. And the Sharks lead by 7 as we just click into the with just under 8 minutes to go, and there's a problem with the scoreboard as we hear right now, which they're trying to correct. Darius makes the first, and earlier in the season in Newcastle, on a game we featured here on Sheffield Live TV, Darius had a massive game, scoring over 30 points. And certainly Olu Babalola's job will be to try and keep him quiet as he makes the first score for the Eagles as the Sharks lead 9-2.
Yeah, Darius has improved massively over the years, and now he's a very good face-up shooter now. So he's got all that athleticism, but he's added the jump shot to it as well now.
Well, a little bit of scrappy play there. Nick Lewis got a nice look inside, really should have made that, didn't. Allowed the Eagles to come down the floor, make an easy score. And it's 9-4 to the Sharks. Olu Babalola going against Scott Martin, who reaches in. It's an easy call for the referee to make there. Olu makes both. And Olu's had a really good lively start to this first quarter.
Yeah, and I think like we said early on, he's done that in most games, especially offensively, but whether it's a conscious decision by Sheffield to go away for him or he just fades out of the game, he needs to keep this level of aggression because he can be a really effective offensive player.
Oh, great hands by the Sharks, some great defence. And that's unlucky for the Sharks. They played great defence, just didn't quite pull the rebound in. Need to keep up that intensity and really force the Eagles into something they didn't want and nearly managed to get the stop.
Yeah, but great defence, but they couldn't secure the rebound, which you know, doesn't seem big at the time, but in the grand scheme of things, they don't want to give Newcastle any encouragement on the boards. Looks like they're in a zone as well here. Oh.
Thompson gets the ball in the post against Tuck and pulls it up, and like you say, Andrew, a little bit of hope for the Eagles, and they make a score off that.
Yeah, well, you're in the ascendancy, especially against a team like Newcastle. You've got to keep your foot on their throat. And, you know, Sheffield were a little unfortunate, but Newcastle turned it into a score.
BJ Holmes going against Jones, steps back and away, and knocks down the two. And if BJ Holmes can stay active tonight, there's a chance the Sharks could go in well up in Newcastle. Great ball movement by the Eagles to find Jones on the other side, wide open. Some great ball movement there by the Eagles.
Like Fletcher attacked from where Jones shot the ball. He drove from the exact same place, kicked it out. The ball got reversed and Jones had relocated into a not a wide open three, but a nice three from Newcastle. Good offense by Newcastle. Sloppy turnover by Sheffield here though.
Pat makes the extra one. The Sharks lead by 4, 16-12 with just over 4 minutes left. Martin throws the fake, Custer's over. Eagles miss the rebound and Pat Horseman pulls it in. Great screen by Pat Horseman there. Isolated now against, finds Alan Payne in the middle, who misses that, but there's a whistle on the play.
Doesn't really change that much because Thompson's a good three-point shooter too, but you know, Charles Smith comes in with that kind of aura that he's going to do something, and invariably he does. So Sheffield really needs to pay attention here.
Another offensive foul called against the Sharks. Fletcher from a three knocks it down and shoots over the top to get that three. And it's back to a 1-point game. High scoring so far in this first quarter, 16-15 as BJ Holmes goes against Darius Defoe. Makes a nice basket there. Stretches it back out to 3 points.
Yeah, again, high scoring from Sheffield again, which is just the same as last week. You know, and I think for Sheffield it says, when they have these really good starts, can they sustain it?
An opportunity now, I think, for both teams to show their depth and what everybody's got to contribute in this game.
Yeah, I think Lasker's obviously more of a defensive player for Newcastle now at this point in his career, and he's going to look to get into BJ Holmes and make it difficult for him.
Big Lewis there on the edge, finds Babalola in the corner, who steps away from Fab Flanoy and makes a nice turnaround jump shot. Darius in the middle, call for a travel there. Looking round saying, really, was that travel? Referees call it, Darius, I'm afraid you have to take that one. He'll come back though. Nick Lewis crosses over, double team comes, Alan Ping finds Colin Singh in the corner, shoots the three, rebounds hard.
We're all even now.
Yeah, we're all even. Just under 90 seconds left here in the first quarter of the Sharks versus the Eagles in the BBL Cup semi-final. Nick Lewis crosses over and loses the ball and goes hard, but Drew Lasker gets the rebound.
Just like what we talked about, Lasker playing defense, getting the steal. Could have been a goaltend actually. Lewis slapped the backboard. Darius mistimed his jump a bit, but you know, stuck with it and got there in the end.
Drew Olu crosses over, goes strong. Colin Singh goes up. There's a lot of hustle there from the Sharks, but they don't pull it in. Good hustle on the offensive rebound. Pulls it up. 10 seconds left here. The Sharks holding for the last shot. Nick Lewis crossing over, loses the ball. Has to throw it. And somehow the Sharks come up with the ball somehow because the Eagles didn't get it. And due to the transfer of possession, the shot clock reset there, and then it was lost by the Eagles, and the Sharks get the ball, and Alan Payne goes to the line for 2 shots here at the end of the first quarter.
That's a great result for Sheffield because they had a really poor offense. Lewis was dribbling a lot, almost sent it over, and I don't know how that's not a shot clock violation because the clock went off. Sheffield didn't even take a shot at the basket. So, you know, Sheffield have caught a break here. They just need to capitalise on it. Nothing stupid in this last 1.6 seconds.
Alan Payne makes both. Lasker gets it off and nearly makes a shot there from the halfway line. And it's a Sharks lead by 3 here at the end of the first. Great quarter for both teams, Andrew.
Yeah, Sheffield obviously be happy to be up. It's a pretty high scoring quarter.
So here, start the second quarter. Sharks lead by 3, 22-19. Fab going up hard against Colin Singh. Charles Smith takes a shot and it doesn't put. Jones gets a big rebound, but as he tries to pull it in, bounces it off Lasker, and the Sharks get the inbound at the end of the line.
Yeah, good effort by Jones, just a little unfortunate. Good break again for Sheffield. They've had a couple in the last few possessions. Let's see them take advantage now.
Sharks looking to need to move the ball more. Bainolo in the corner. Finds Colin Singh in the wide open. Takes a shot, doesn't drop. And the Eagles again on the quick transition. Jones goes up. Too much of an easy rebound there. The Sharks got to really get back on defense now.
Yeah, Sheffield had to work really hard to get a shot at the end of the shot clock. And Newcastle literally ran it straight down. One pass and a layup. They're the kind of shots Newcastle love to generate, and that helps them keep that high tempo. I mean, Newcastle aren't even guarding Colin at the moment. You know, he needs to be aggressive in this situation.
Olu goes, steps back against Darius Defoe, doesn't make it. Eagles pull that in. Big screen coming there looking for Zach, that he saw that. It could have been painful if it had been hit on that screen. Oh, Lasker goes baseline. Great pass from Darius there.
Yeah, help was a little too far off, and BJ was trailing Lasker, and good pass by Darius. But Newcastle are going, I mean, Sheffield are going against a set defense the whole time, and they need to move the ball, move themselves, and try and get people to move. I mean, like that, Charles Smith is not even guarding Colin right now. Colin probably needs to play closer to the basket.
It's a little bit loose there. The shot clock violation there. The Sharks offense at the moment is just not firing well.
No, it's not. Sheffield have called a timeout here. You know, last 3 possessions, you know, the shot's been with like 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Eagles come down with the ball. Lasker goes baseline, spins against BJ, doesn't get anything. Great steal by BJ Holmes, picks Charles Smith's pocket, but it's blocked by Jones, who makes a big block, but a great steal back by Olubabalola, who steps back out and says, okay, we're not going to play 3-on-2 or even 3-on-3, let's make something good happen now.
Really scrappy play from both teams there, turning it over. Poor communication from Newcastle, BJ Holmes with a steal. Great block by Jones, bad pass by Lasker, bad pass by Sheffield. Both teams got to clean it up.
Whistle there, called against Nick Lewis. And Mike Tuck coming back into the game. And Olubabalola a little rest as well. So both coaches taking the opportunity to move their team around, get their players in and out, trying to keep everybody fresh. I think both teams have got 2 games this weekend, Andrew.
Yeah, Newcastle play tomorrow against Bristol, I think, and Sheffield obviously made the trip to Plymouth on Sunday. Really smart move there by Charles Smith. Alan Payne with his arm in, and Smith just ripped it through. And so, you know, but this is the Cup semi-final, so both teams are going to put everything out there tonight.
Charles Smith. Somehow the Sharks don't come up with that rebound. So Jones goes to the line for 2 shots. Makes the first. And unlike the first quarter where it was scoring all the way, this has been quite slow in this one so far. Jones makes both. And the Eagles have scored the first 4 points of this quarter. The Sharks haven't scored yet, with over 3 minutes played.
Yeah, I think Newcastle have actually scored 6 this quarter. Another turnover from Sheffield here is really, you know, not a good start to the quarter by Sheffield. It's almost a mirror image of what we saw last week. You know, they've clearly got it in them to play at that high level. You know, and Olu came out at a great start. BJ had a good first quarter. But, you know, Sheffield need more than that, and they've got to find a way to kind of get out of this funk they're in right now. This is a Cup semi-final.
Jones steps out of bounds. Oh, there's a whistle, 2 whistles there on the play. Foul called against Pat Horseman. BJ tries to get another steal. Fab goes down the middle hard. Nice roll off the glass there, makes a nice basket off the glass there. Fab Flinoy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are a little surprised Fab made that drive. He took off from a long way from the basket and was like Fab from the 1990s there.
Colin gets trapped in the corner, tries to make a pass over to BJ, which is picked off. And Jones goes down the middle. And the Sharks get the ball.
Sheffield, another turnover by Sheffield.
Wow guys, this has been a nail-biting first half. Join us after the break on Sheffield Sharks TV.
Sharks back into the game now. Look down currently by 5 points. BJ's going hard into the middle, trying to find something. Can't find anybody there. Tries to get it to Nick Lewis. Comes off an Eagles player.
Yeah, Newcastle defence is where they want it to be. They're really active as well, getting a lot of deflections, causing Sheffield some problems right now.
Nick Lewis goes down the middle, goes up, and there's a whistle there. The Sharks there get a foul call on Charles Smith, which will see Nick Lewis go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, good drive by Lewis, again getting to that right hand, hung in the air really well. Fab blocked it, but because Lewis was able to hang in the air so long and be so athletic, Charles Smith fouled him after the block.
So with 5 minutes 23 left in the second quarter, Nick Lewis scores the Sharks' first point. And really, with 5 minutes gone in the first quarter, to be only down by 4, the Sharks have done pretty well in the way they've been playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing. The way they played the first 5 minutes of this quarter, to be only down 4 is a result for Sheffield.
Fab takes a 3. Misses that. Alan Payne pulls the rebound in. Colin Singh goes hard baseline and dribbles it out of bounds.
Yeah, another turnover for Sheffield.
So with just 5 minutes now left in this second quarter, Fletcher's back in the game for the Eagles. And Olu Babalola's back into the game for the Sharks. Find Fab wide open in the middle. Alan Payne pulls the rebound in. And just looking for the Sharks, really, that the Eagles aren't scoring. Oh, Mike Tuck finds BJ Holmes down the middle for an easy layup. And
yeah,
then
something a bit different by Sheffield. BJ Holmes went back door and ended up with a wide open layup. Good pass by Tuck. Good job by Lewis there, forcing Jones to travel.
A 2-point lead to the Eagles, 27-25. The Sharks looking to tie the game up here. Oh, they're looking inside, trying to find somebody. Puts the ball on the floor, drives, takes a bump, steps back, doesn't get it. But Mike Tuck gets the rebound and doesn't quite make the putback.
No, Tuck, good rebound by Tuck. He just needs to take his time. He's got more time than he thinks.
Moy makes a nice curl. BJ finds Olu. Olu hits Nick White. Oh, great step back. The Sharks are hustling hard for the ball. Nick Lewis steps out to BJ, turn around. Mike Tuck with a putback. Alan Payne. And as Smalley said, great period of play by the Eagles. And the Sharks get that back. Alan Payne! Pretty scrappy basketball there, but Alan Payne gets the ball and slams it home to tie the game at 27 with just over 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, great play by both teams there. Sheffield down the play before, loads of offensive rebounds, then Scott Martin with a ridiculous block and save. Then Olu Babalova forces the turnover off Fletcher, and Sheffield took their time and moved the ball well and found Payne in a 4-on-2 for a dunk.
BJ Holmes drives through the middle, the crossover to take it down the middle, takes the contact and lays it in. A great little play there by BJ Holmes, who's seen subs come in for the Eagles with Jones and Scott Martin going out, with Lasker and Defoe coming in.
Yeah, good play by BJ, took his time, concentrated and made a really difficult finish. 2 really emotional plays for Sheffield there. And that's, I think, how Sheffield thrive. It's tough to do that for 40 minutes. You look in contrast, Newcastle, Scott Martin pump fakes, takes one dribble and just lays it in with his left hand. I'd like to see Sheffield make plays like that. So play with the emotion, okay? Play with that chip on your shoulder. But it would really help us out if we could get a couple of nice, easy layups.
BJ Holmes misses, but Mike Tuck pulls it in. Nick Lewis goes for the 3. Another rebound for Mike Tuck, who goes up, doesn't get that, and eventually the Eagles pull the ball in. But great hustle by the Sharks, just need to make some of those second chance points.
Yeah, you've got to take the time. They're just rushing a little bit. Darius is back in the game now, so that athleticism's there. But they have more time than they think.
Thompson goes baseline, against Mike Tuck. Doesn't get a basket there off the glass. Great defense by the Sharks there in the post.
Yeah, Thompson went down a bit of a blind alley there because Darius was posting up. Still got a good look at the bucket though.
Alan Payne takes a look at the three there, off the quick pass, and had a good look there, didn't drop. Darius there in the post, fine, good ball movement. Lasker wide open outside. Olu pulls in with one hand and Darius Defoe had hold of him. It's a tied game at 29 all. BJ Holmes brings down the floor. The run, Mike Tuck sets the back screen there, looking maybe for a pass over the top to BJ, doesn't get there. Olu Babalola goes against Fab, who's playing great D. Tries to pass it over, but the Eagles pull that ball in. Fletcher goes down the middle and gets a foul. Fletcher makes the bonus shot. Eagles lead by 3, 32-29, with just over a minute here left in the first half. Zach Gachette's back in the game for BJ Holmes. And it's a quick turnover for the Sharks.
Yeah, that was
not what they needed.
No, definitely not. That was half bad pass, half not paying attention to catching it there. Focus is massively important. We talk about it a lot, but focus on the right thing at the right time. If you're supposed to catch the ball, focus on that. If you're supposed to make a good pass, make a good pass.
Charles Smith spins and makes an easy layup, spinning baseline. Eagles lead by 5, and the Sharks really have done well to get back into this quarter.
Yeah,
but now giving up all the hard work that they've done with some bad turnovers.
Yeah, exactly. And Charles Smith's open here.
Darius turns around against Zach, and Nick Lewis pulls the rebound in, and Fab Flanoy called for a foul.
Yeah, but Sheffield have to take advantage here.
Nick makes 2, brings it back to a 3-point game with under 20 seconds left here in the first half. And really, even if the Eagles score now, the Sharks, have done well to keep it close. They've not had a great quarter here in the second quarter. Fletcher goes to the middle, gets an easy look, and luckily the Eagles don't score.
That's a really, really good break for Sheffield. I mean, Fletcher, left-handed, killed Sheffield in 2 games going to his left hand. Every time you see him on tape, he's scoring left-handed layups.
Welcome back to the start of the third quarter here of the Sharks versus the Newcastle Eagles in the BBL Cup semi-final first leg. And after a scrappy second quarter by the Sharks, managed to pull their way back, and Mike Tuck drives in hard there at the start of the third quarter, draws a foul. And really, I'm ready for interest in that first half that you think needs to be picked out.
Well, Sheffield really aggressive on the offensive boards, 14 offensive rebounds. Only managed to turn them into 4 points though, but it's a good sign that they're being active, attacking that area of the glass. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and that's why those offensive boards are there. Again, Newcastle also didn't really shoot the ball that well. They didn't have as many offensive rebounds, but they're in front at the moment. So, it didn't look pretty, not from either team, but both teams still in the game.
Mike Tuck knocks them both down to bring it back to a 1-point game at 33-34. BJ ran off a big pick there, and the Sharks come up the ball, and Nick Lewis pulls it in, and BJ found himself run off a big pick. He's not happy about that. Nick Lewis goes hard to the middle, nice left hand layup off the glass there. Almost a little bit like Fletcher to the middle on the left there.
Yeah, not something you traditionally see Lewis do, but attacked the basket really well with his left hand.
BJ gets to Patrick, who tries to make a nice pass inside. Really should maybe just gone to the hoop there, got round everybody. Just over a minute gone here in the third quarter. Sees Coach Flournoy bring Smith and himself back into the game, so not happy with where his team started, made some changes, and let's see what happens now. Martin from outside hits a big three.
Yeah, nice shot by Martin. It takes his time on that shot. He did the same thing last time we were here. It really improved that outside jump shot.
Great move by Mike Tuck, nice pass inside.
Yeah, took his time in the first half. He was rushing. That's both times this half he's taken his time. One time he got a foul, that time he got a right-handed layup.
Sharks getting some good defensive stops going on here at the start of this third quarter.
Yeah, poor pass by Defoe. Should have shot it, had Nick Lewis on him. I don't think he realised.
Sharks don't quite manage to pull that board in and get a good layup there.
Yeah,
BJ made a great move on the baseline though.
Yeah, I think I'd have liked to see him shoot the little floater there rather than make the extra pass. You know, Sheffield worked the ball well, and it would have been the right time for that shot.
Olu helps out there. Olu helps out there. And on BJ, Nick Lewis catches Scott Martin and the shot drops. So see Martin go to the line for the bonus on a 4-point play now, possibly for the Eagles, which see them stretch it out to a 4-point lead.
You know, Scott, he doesn't rush anything. You know, even though Lewis was flying at him, took his time, got a tiny little hit on the arm and concentrated and made the shot. Yeah, but it was a lazy switch on defense by Sheffield.
Nick Lewis, little crossover there, makes Fab just stumble, but the Eagles recover well. And Nick Lewis steps up, misses the shot, and the Eagles come down the ball. Darius in the corner, hits the two. And the Eagles lead by 6, 43-37.
You know, good start to the half by Newcastle. Sheffield came out really aggressive, but Newcastle have weathered that and taken a bit of a bigger lead.
Smith, who has been quiet so far, but Darius Defoe's waking up now.
No, you can't leave Darius Defoe open from 12 to 15 feet. You know, it's almost his go-to move. Yes, he'll post up, but that 15-foot shot, that's his shot. Good extra pass by Tuck there, though.
Alan Payne makes a tough jump shot there, knocks it down, and Sharks start working hard. Big screen on BJ there from Fab Flournoy. And Defoe makes another jump shot. And then BJ Holmes, just to create a foul, trying to box out. So it was judged after the basket, which will give the Eagles the ball back on the end line. The ball's inbounded to Darius. The Sharks managed to get the steal in. Nick Lewis. Oh, makes a great basket. Nice jump and kisses it off the glass.
Yeah, again, using his athleticism to hang in the air.
Fletcher misses the three and BJ Holmes pulls the rebound in. BJ gets into trouble but gives it out the double team, but Olu loses the steal. Olu loses the dribble and Martin steps out for three. And another foul called against the Sharks. And it's a bad period of play for the Sharks here now. Really need to calm down and get back into this game.
Yeah. First off, Scott Martin again taking his time. He's wide open when he catches it. He takes his time. It looks like he's guarded, but they're open shots, and he just takes his time and makes them.
Fletcher goes. The Sharks, Mike Tuck pulls the rebound in, and the Eagles reach in, and a foul called on Fletcher. I think that might have been an interesting foul to call on him, not Fab, but it was given to Fletcher. And
yeah, good job by Tuck. Good rebound. Gave Newcastle a chance at it, and they fouled that time. I'd like to see him, make a statement, rebound it, keep it high, get his elbows out, send a message.
Sharks looking to try and get the ball inside. Foul called on Charles Smith. It's the first leg of a two-leg semi-final, so no matter what the result is tonight, we have to go up to Newcastle to play the second leg. Good ball movement by the Sharks. Sees the Sharks get a nice look in the corner from Alan Payne, doesn't drop, but managed to secure a rebound. It comes off a Newcastle play and goes out of bounds, so get another chance.
Yeah, Newcastle doubling the screen and roll. Sheffield just got to take their time, make a couple of passes. And the way Newcastle play defense, they're going to fly at that guy in the corner. So if Alan Payne takes his time, he could maybe put the ball on the floor and drive to the basket.
Olu Babalola goes on the dribble, gets a whistle there, goes in hard and makes a good drive and gets a whistle. Referee checked it out. Goal of Scott Martin. That's his fourth foul. That might actually really hurt the Eagles. He's been shooting well and playing well so far.
Yeah, he's been carrying them offensively this quarter. So that's a good break for Sheffield there, that Martin picks up his fourth foul. But, they got to take advantage of it. It's all right happening. Sheffield have got to take advantage now. One less, person to worry about on the offensive end. Can they make that count?
Olu makes them both. Makes it into a 7-point game. He has 10 points personal. And really, the Sharks need to make sure they make some more stops and keep the Eagles quiet for the rest of this third quarter and close the score out. Make sure it's getting close going into the fourth. Shot clock counts down and Darius called for a travel there. The Sharks' defense is tough tonight. It's working hard. They're just not getting it going at the offensive end at the moment.
Yeah, they're doing all right on defense. When they can stop Newcastle moving the ball. When Newcastle move the ball, that's when it's giving Sheffield problems. But when Sheffield get their defense set, they're doing well.
What a move by Olu Babalola. He spins there in the middle like a lovely ballerina and slays it in for two. To bring it back to a 5-point game, 45 to the Sharks, 50 to the Newcastle Eagles. And same again, got to keep the Eagles quiet. Olu Babalola comes from behind and strips Charles Smith. And the Sharks come down again. Another stop for the Sharks on defense there, Andrew.
Yeah, good job by Olu to stay with it. Rebounded the ball as well, which is great. A lot of times when you block it, it goes back to the offensive team. So it's a great job by Olu to block it and recover it.
Nick Lewis gets a handoff from Mike Tuck, doesn't quite make the jump shot in the corner. The Eagles pull the board in and go down the floor, and Charles Smith looking to be a bit more active. Darius Defoe makes another shot from the corner.
Yeah,
he's been deadly tonight.
Yeah, he's not missed. All jump shots he's not missed. You've got to, you can't help off him. You've got to make him put it on the floor and drive.
Nick Lewis gets round there on the dribble, gets another foul called. Nick makes 2 from 2. Brings it back to a 5-point game, 47-52 with the Eagles in front. The Eagles moving the ball around. Foul called on Colin Singh.
Much improved free throw shooter too, Darius. When he first came to the Eagles 10, 11 years ago, you know, he couldn't really shoot further out than 3 feet, you know, but now he's almost getting to the point where he's getting out to the 3-point line, taking shots as well. Great 12 to 15 foot shooter and really good free throw shooter as well now.
The Sharks looking to try make something work now. Nick Lewis in the corner, steps out. Sharks rebound hard. And Darius Defoe pulls in the rebound. And Jones for the Eagles now looking to try and get the ball, moving the ball. Darius curls all the way through. An offensive foul called there against the Eagles, and the Sharks are getting stops to making things happen, just not really getting it together at the offensive end.
No, Sheffield are getting stops, but Newcastle are getting stops too. Neither teams, you know, outside of Defoe and Scott Martin and probably BJ Holmes a little bit and maybe Olu, you know, no one's really doing too much on the offensive end.
Alan Payne goes strong, gets the drop. Brings it back to a 5-point game, 54-49 with 1 minute 40 seconds left in the third quarter. And like we keep saying, Andrew, Sharks not playing great, but keeping it close, working hard. A good fourth quarter might see them with a chance of taking a lead to Newcastle. Darius Defoe makes a great move baseline as we say that, stretches it back out to 7 points. And he's really come alive in this third quarter.
Yeah, now we got Darius dribbling to the basket with his left hand. Again, something, you know, he didn't really like to do or couldn't do when he first came to the Eagles, but tonight we're seeing everything. Good help by Thompson there.
The Eagles pull the ball in with Jones. Makes a nice step around Mike Tuck, and it's back out to a 9-point lead.
Yeah, great job by Mike Tuck getting back and getting defensive position, but something that's very new to the game in the last 2 or 3 years, the Euro step. You know, Patrick Jones did a great one down there, and great move by Patrick Horseman there. Crossover, a nice layup. Field.
Nick Lewis drives down the middle, doesn't get anything, loses the ball.
The Sheffield Sharks have everything to play for in this next half. Join us for part 3 on Sheffield Sharks TV.
So we're here now at the top of the fourth quarter. Sharks down by 7 here in the first leg of the BBL Cup semi-final against the Newcastle Eagles. Colin Singh judged to have fouled Fab there, and no major complaint from Colin. Andrew Thompson there, quick inbound on the end line, tries to go underneath the backboard and spin around and steps out of bounds or travels. Referee, either way, turnover and the Sharks get the ball back. And BJ Holmes is back in the game. And really, I hope for that rest from the coach, maybe calming him down a little bit, Andrew.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah, I hope so. You know, because Sheffield are going to need him to, you know, if they're going to do something in this game. But they played quite well without him.
Jones breaks out with the ball fast, pulls up for the jump shot. And the Sharks just got to get back on defense if they're going to take tough shots. Got to make sure we make stops at the other end.
Yeah, Jones is really really tough in the open court. You know, that nice little mid-range jump shot and that nice Euro step.
Olu kicks out to BJ, goes up with a floater, doesn't make it. The Sharks boarding hard, but another fast outlet. But this time Olu Babalola gets a steal, a bad pass from Jones, just as he said he was really good in the open quarter. Then fouls Olu for the steal and then gets the technical cost against himself. Against Fletcher. Gives a chance for the Sharks to go to the other end, make a basket and keep possession.
Yeah, so bonus shot here for Sheffield. Great job by Olu getting that steal. I think Jones saw it a tiny bit late and then felt like he had to pass it. And great steal by Olu there. Olu's got really quick hands and he can do those kind of things.
BJ makes the bonus shot, brings it back to 8 points. The Sharks behind the Eagles, 52-60. And the Sharks working hard. Just need the offense to work a little bit better now. Alan Payne there with the ball, going against Thompson, spins. Oh, steps underneath. What a great move by Alan Payne.
Yeah, good move by Payne, took his time, he span, head faked and then stepped through, great move.
Jones takes a quick shot there in the offense for the Eagles. Probably see the Eagles call for timeout. Not a little bit scrappy here by the Eagles. Good ball movement by the Sharks. Feeds it up to there. Finds Alan Payne. Great little spell when we needed the Sharks to get some scores. They've managed to do it. They've pulled it back to a 4-point game in less than 2 minutes. They're down by 4, 60-56. Timeout called by the Eagles. So just over 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We come out of the Eagles timeout. Charles Smith from the corner. Shoots there, but the ball's pulled in by Thompson, but the Sharks get a steal. Oh, and a turnover there by trying to make a pass to Alan Payne when he wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I think he thought he only had Lewis with him and he got up in the air and then Payne must have shouted because BJ doesn't really catch himself in that position too much up in the air. And it's cardinal sin, any basketball player knows at any level. If you get in the air to pass, you're going to be in trouble.
The Sharks there. Another stop by the Sharks. Sharks setting the offense now. BJ with Scott Martin guarding him there. Sees BJ go to the middle to Alan Payne. Goes underneath, Darius knocks it down. And it's a 2-point game. 58-60 to the Eagles. And the Sharks putting a little bit of pressure on here on the court. And sees them cough it up. And with a 2 points by Nick Lewis, the game's tied at 60. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Sees Fab Flournoy handling the ball now. Charles Smith kicks it opposite to Martin, who knocks down another shot.
Yes, Sheffield got lucky there because they left Martin open for 3 and he managed to recover, but ended up with a good pump fake and a nice 2.
Alan Payne with the ball. He's had a good spell here. Olu Babalola turns away. Doesn't get anything. Needed a bit more from the Sharks there. Charles Smith puts the ball on the floor, goes hard to the middle. Misses the layup, but definitely gets a foul call there.
Yeah, I think that driving lane was there because Scott Martin's hit all those shots. He was in the corner and Olu couldn't come off him at all. And Charles Smith, 3-point shooter, you've got to respect, so you've got to come out there, and it opened up the driving lane for him.
Charles Smith makes both those, brings it back out to 4 points for the Eagles, leading 64-60. 6 minutes left in the game. And the Sharks just need to keep up this great work that they're doing. Alan Payne turns baseline, doesn't get it. And then great offensive rebound by Pat Horseman. I think Alan Payne a little bit unlucky there not to get a foul call when he went up for the shot, but not given. But Pat Horseman, great hustle, another offensive rebound for the Sharks, and they get a whistle.
Yeah, good move by Payne. Went to the up and under, went to his right, so not his strong hand, so good move. But I think, Horseman had a chance at it, so, straight off the rebound. So Sheffield won't be disappointed with that. He stuck with it, and the second time he got fouled.
Alan Payne gets a great offensive rebound and puts it back in. Great play by Alan Payne. Brings it back to a 1 point game, 63-64 to the Eagles. Jones wide open in the corner, doesn't make it. And the Sharks pull the ball in and coming down the floor with 5.5 minutes left. Patrick goes hard to the middle and gets another foul call. Patrick misses the second, and it's game's tied at 64 with just over 5 minutes left in the game. Charles Smith finds Jones wide open in the middle, and on the Babolo touched on the way up, and the referee said basket interference.
Easy goal 10, but Newcastle forced the switch, put BJ Holmes on Charles Smith in the post. And Nick Lewis came straight away, but Jones made a smart cut and went to the basket, and good pass by Smith.
Mike Tuck comes back into the game, and Alan Payne takes a rest. Pat Horseman shoots the three. Nick Lewis pulls the rebound in, makes a huge and one play, gets a foul, and the Sharks are rebounding offensively tremendously tonight.
Yeah, really, really strong on the offensive boards. Great rebound by Lewis and great putback. And now he's got a free throw.
Nick Lewis misses the extra shot that would have given the Sharks a 1 point lead. Charles Smith goes to the basket. And the ball comes loose. There's some hands in there from the Sharks. And Alan Payne makes another basket. Great assist by Nick Lewis, but another great offensive and defensive stop by the Sharks.
Yeah, they got Smith went in there hard, and Sheffield got the rebound.
The Sharks really getting pumped up now, getting the crowd involved. They're starting to believe they can win this game.
Yeah, the crowd are into it. Sheffield playing really well at the moment. Newcastle a bit out of sync. And Sheffield need to use this momentum going forward. See if they can build a little lead this last 4 minutes of the game.
It's a long way to go yet, still in this one. But the Sharks lead by 2, 68-66. And are playing well and need to keep this up for the rest of the quarter. BJ Holmes. Mike Tuck, great little play there, great screen by Tuck. BJ gets the ball, feeds it back in, and the Sharks lead by 3. Scott Thompson goes past Olu, reaches around the back and catches him on the arm, and the referee blows a whistle.
Yeah, easy call for the ref there. Olu knew he fouled. Good move by Thompson on the swing through.
Martin goes to the middle. Flournoy comes down the middle, makes a nice layup. I don't think Scott Martin knew that it was wide open.
I know what he was facing. You always tell the offensive guy, look at the basket. If he turned around and looked, he could have probably dunked it. He's athletic enough, but Newcastle ended up with a layup anyway.
Newcastle in the man-to-man. Olu Babalola feeds it around the back, doesn't quite get there, and the Eagles get the 2-on-1. Great layup there by Fletcher.
Yeah, Fletcher really good with that left hand at finishing. He gets it so high off the glass. Good effort by Lewis to try and block it though.
Nick Lewis crosses over. Nick Lewis. Mike Tuck pulls the offensive rebound in again. Finds Alan Payne. Who feeds it out to BJ. Steps out past there. Doesn't quite get it. But a tip back by Lewis. And then the put back by Mike Tuck. What a great play there by the Sharks.
A good job again on the offensive glass by Sheffield. You know, really keeping them in the game. Even got them a little 2-point lead.
Jones goes. Mike Tuck makes a block shot there on Jones. And the Sharks, and there's a timeout called by the Sharks. Here we go, 2 minutes 30 left in this one. Fab Flournoy in trouble, but finds Fletcher wide open in the middle, who goes underneath the arms of Pat Horseman to make a tough layup to tie the game at 72.
Good catch by Fletcher to start with. A lot of people, you take your eye off the ball, you assume you're going to catch it. That was a really tough catch, and a good finish as well.
Sharks looking to make the same plays they've been doing. Pat Horseman goes into the middle, doesn't get it. Great rebound by the Eagles there. And Martin comes down the floor with the ball. Fletcher there. Mismatch there on Charles Smith. The help came, but finds Martin in the corner. Oh, knocks down a long two. Knocks down a long two.
Again, Newcastle force a switch. Charles Smith with BJ on him, forces the double. Good pass by Smith to Scott Martin, but why would you come off Scott Martin? The guy's not missed all night.
Patrick misses the long two. And the timeout really as Fletcher goes down the middle on the left side. Basket's given is good. It's on the way down when Alan Payne touched it.
Good effort by Payne to try and stay with it, but ball just on the way down. But no help side for Sheffield there. You know, Fletcher saw there was no one there, going to his left and straight in there. You know, Sheffield can't let it get away from him now. Newcastle have got the capability to push this to 10 quickly. They're that type of team. So Sheffield got to be smart and composed here. Even a 4-point loss is still good going into that game in a couple of weeks.
So 1 minute 20 left here in the fourth quarter. The double team comes. Olu goes against Charles Smith. Steps back out. Gives it to BJ, who takes a quick three. Knocks it down. Makes it a 1-point game to the Eagles now. 76-77 with a minute left in the game now. No matter what happens tonight, Andrew, it's been a great game.
It's been exciting to watch. It's not been the best basketball. We've had a few people play well. Martin and Defoe for Newcastle, Alan Payne, Mike Tuck for Sheffield.
It's a bit scrappy in there at the moment, but the Eagles keep pulling the ball in. Smith gets it. No, there's a foul call in the middle there. An offensive foul called against.
Fab Flournoy for an illegal screen in the middle of the key.
Sub call there. Timeout's been called by the Sharks. The ball comes in from Nick Lewis to BJ with just over 30 seconds left in the game. Sharks looking to make sure they get something. Double team comes, Mike Tuck. Babalola's in the middle. The ball there comes off an Eagles player. Mike Alubabalola, Alan Payne wide open inside, didn't see him. Didn't give it to him, and the Eagles take a timeout now to make sure they get a good look at the other end.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 seconds left in this game. The Eagles called a timeout. What do you think is going to happen, Andrew?
They're going to just get it in bounds and they're going to milk it till the end. They're definitely going to take the last shot. When I was there, you know, that's what we did at Newcastle. We made sure in these situations we always took the last shot. Sheffield in the zone. Newcastle won't be too concerned. It's going to be a close game.
As the clock counts down, the ball's in Charles Smith's hands. Gets into Fab, turns Fletcher. Alan Payne gets a good block at the end. Make sure they don't take any bigger lead to Newcastle. And at the end of the game, been a great game of basketball, really exciting.
Yeah.
The Sharks lose this one by 2, but it's only the first leg. All to play for in the second leg in Newcastle.
So it's a loss in the game overall, but obviously they're still in the tie. You know, I'm not surprised by that last play in Newcastle. I think when Charles Smith started dribbling away, he just wasn't going to shoot it. So they didn't turn it over. But Atiba Lions wasn't too happy at the end of the game with the defense on the last play. So, you know, these teams work hard on this stuff all week, and he wasn't happy with something that went on the last play. But good job by both teams being competitive, and it's all to play for in a couple of weeks.
So the MVP of the night is Mike Tuck. Great game, double-double of 10 points, 11 rebounds. And overall him, and maybe Alan Payne was in with a shout.
Yeah, Alan Payne, you know, he was influential in what Sheffield did, and especially in a spell in that third and fourth quarter. But Tuck's all-round game was good. He shot 50% from the floor, 11 rebounds. But what I really liked was the 5 assists. You know?
I'm here with Mike. Congratulations on being the MVP of the game.
Thank you.
Give us your thoughts on your performance.
Tonight I just wanted to come out and play hard. You know, I think in a few games earlier this season, we haven't been playing as hard as we could. And I think tonight we just kind of wanted to turn that corner and show that we can compete with the best teams in the league.
Yeah, and also for the next round, for the next part of the semi-final, what do you think you need to do differently to overcome the Eagles?
I think the Eagles always play really well at home. I think we have to come up there with the right attitude, the right mindset, and you know, we proved tonight that we can stick with them. So I think we just have to go up there, down 2 points, which isn't a big deficit. I think we can overcome that, and we just got to go up there and win the game.
Great, Mike. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers. The Sharks take on the Plymouth University Raiders away on the 30th of November. For tickets, information and fixtures, visit www.sharksbasketball.co.uk. Sheffield Sharks TV will return on the 20th of December with highlights of the game against the Glasgow Rocks on the 19th. Thank you to Andrew Bridge and John Timms. I'm Chris Barker. Good night.